Hello, future Richmonders, and welcome to our comprehensive guide about the pros and cons of Richmond, Virginia. So whether you're looking to relocate to the area, or maybe you already live here and you would just like to know about its advantages and challenges, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to take an in-depth look at everything from its rich history and cultural attractions, all the way to its traffic congestion and its cost of living. And if you stick around to the end, we're going to reveal a hidden gem about Richmond, Virginia that you won't want to miss. So let's dive in. If this is your first time to the channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about Richmond, Virginia life or any of the surrounding areas, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications, and you'll be the first to know about living in Richmond, Virginia. My name is Scott Wynn. My team and I get calls and emails from people just like you every single day about making a move to Richmond, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, we would love to help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. All right, so we're going to start out with the good news first. Let's jump right in. The number one pro of Richmond is history and culture. And we're going to talk about, first of all, some of the historical landmarks in Richmond. The first one we're going to talk about is the Jefferson Hotel. Known for its grand architecture and luxurious accommodations, it's been a symbol in Richmond since 1895. And when you come into town, you definitely do not want to miss the brunch that they offer every Sunday. It is absolutely incredible. The number two historical landmark is St. John's Church, and that is where Patrick Henry gave his world-famous speech, "Give me liberty or give me death," during the Revolutionary War. And if you check out my video on Church Hill, I'll give you a little bit more insight about that as well. And the next historical landmark is going to be Hollywood Cemetery, which is a final resting place of notable figures such as Presidents James Monroe and John Tyler. As far as the cultural scene, first thing we're going to talk about is the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, which is one of the largest comprehensive art museums in the United States, featuring art from America, Europe, and Africa. Then, of course, we have the Richmond Symphony Orchestra, offering a wide variety of classical and contemporary music performances throughout the year. And how can we forget the Richmond Folk Festival, which is an annual event which celebrates music, dance, food, and crafts from all around the world, attracting thousands of visitors each year. Next up, our number two pro of Richmond, it is a foodie paradise. Richmond embraces its southern roots with hearty comfort foods like fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, and cornbread. And who can forget sweet tea? We also enjoy southern style barbecue, ribs, pulled pork, typically served with a tangy style barbecue sauce. And you will definitely want to try some of that when you're here. And who can forget, with our proximity to the Chesapeake Bay and the James River, we enjoy things like oysters, crabs, and other seafood items. So we can definitely accommodate any palate here in the area. So next, as part of the foodie paradise, is the craft beverage scene. Richmond boasts about 40 craft breweries in or around the city. So you'll definitely have your choice when it comes to that. There's Hardywood Craft Brewery, which offers innovative brews and community-focused events, including the annual Richmond Craft Beer Cup, awarding the top beers and breweries in the area. Then we also have Blue Bee Cider, which offers artisanal ciders made from Virginia-grown apples, and they have a tasting room in the historic Manchester district. And then, of course, there's the Reservoir Distillery, which crafts small batch spirits using traditional methods and locally sourced ingredients. And they offer tours and tastings to visitors as well. All right, our number three pro of Richmond is outdoor recreation. Richmond has a lot to offer as far as parks, trails, rivers, and outdoor festivals. The first one we're going to talk about is Belle Isle. It is a natural oasis in the heart of the city, featuring walking and hiking trails, rock scrambling, and various swimming spots along the James River. Next up is the Virginia Capitol Trail, which is a 52-mile scenic multi-use trail that connects Richmond to Williamsburg that is ideal for walking, running, cycling, and enjoying the scenic views of the James River. And last, but certainly not least, is the James River Park Systems. Explore over 550 acres of natural beauty with opportunities for kayaking, whitewater rafting, rock climbing, and bird watching. Visit popular spots like Pipeline Rapids, Pony Pasture, and Texas Beach for outdoor adventures and breathtaking views of the river. All right, that brings us to the number 4 pro of Richmond, Virginia, is affordable cost of living. There are various neighborhood options such as Church Hill, which is known for its historic charm, diverse community, and picturesque views of the city skyline. Manchester, which is a revitalized neighborhood with affordable housing options, trendy restaurants, and proximity to the downtown attractions. And Forest Hill, which offers a suburban feel with tree-lined streets, parks, and access to the James River Park System. Richmond's cost of living is 8% lower than the national average, which offers reasonable home prices and affordable transportation costs. The median home price in Richmond is $238,000, which is considerably lower than the national average of $272,000, making it an attractive option for home buyers. All right, and last but certainly not least is the thriving job market here in Richmond, Virginia. First up, major employer is VCU Health Systems. It is a leading academic medical center with a network of hospitals, clinic, and research facilities offering diverse career opportunities in healthcare. Capital One, a Fortune 500 financial services company headquartered in Richmond, known for its innovation and commitment to employee development. Dominion Energy, a major provider of electricity, natural gas, and renewable energy solutions offering careers in engineering, operations, and sustainability initiatives. All right, and that is going to wrap it up for our top 5 pros of Richmond, Virginia. And unfortunately, as you know, with the good has to be the bad. So we're going to talk about the top 5 cons of Richmond right now. All right, now we're going to jump into the top 5 cons of Richmond. Number 1 con of Richmond is going to be traffic congestion. Richmond is not going to have the traffic of some of your major cities, but it does get a little hectic sometimes. So the traffic hotspots in Richmond are going to be the I-95 and I-64 exchange, which is known for gridlock during rush hours, especially for commuters traveling to and from the suburbs. Next is going to be Broad Street, which is a major thoroughfare through the city, often congested with traffic, pedestrians, and cyclists, particularly in downtown and the Fan District. And then, of course, the downtown streets. They're narrow streets with one-way traffic patterns and can lead to congestion and delays, especially during events and festivals. Now, Richmond is in the process of some infrastructure projects that will help alleviate some of this traffic, but that has also come with some challenges as well. Some of these projects include the Pulse, which is Richmond's bus rapid transit system, which is designed to alleviate congestion along the Broad Street corridor, but is facing challenges with reliability and ridership. And then, of course, there's the GRTC expansion. The GRTC is the bus line here in the city, and efforts to expand public transportation options with new bus routes and enhanced service frequency, but is also facing funding constraints and operational challenges. All right, that brings us to number 2 of the cons of Richmond, Virginia. That is going to be humidity and weather extremes. The first thing here in Richmond that we're going to talk about is the summer heat. Richmond experiences hot and humid summers with temperatures often reaching into the 90s and high humidity levels making it feel even hotter. So of course, we recommend seeking shade, staying hydrated, and enjoying indoor activities such as museums, shopping malls, and theaters. And then next, of course, is the winter weather. And although Richmond does not have extreme winter conditions, occasionally we do get a large accumulation of snow and icy conditions that can cause travel disruptions and school closures. So We always want to make sure that you get your milk, eggs, and bread from the store because, hey, everybody's going to make French toast when it snows. We always recommend that you stay informed about the travel and road conditions and school closures here in the area. The number 3 con of Richmond is going to be the crime rate. Richmond's crime rate is higher than the national average with elevated rates of property crime, violent crimes, and drug-related offenses, and will be higher in areas such as the East End and the South Side. So please make sure you do your research before coming to the area. Now, I will add to this that with all that being said, and this being recognized as an ongoing issue, policing efforts have been made, including foot patrols, community outreach programs, and partnerships with neighborhoods and businesses to help further reduce these ongoing occurrences. We also recommend that people moving to the area do their part. They report any suspicious activity and partner in neighborhood watch programs to help reduce the amount of crimes in your neighborhood. The number 4 con of Richmond, Virginia is going to be natural disasters. Richmond is located inland, but it can still be affected by hurricanes and tropical storms that make landfall along the East Coast. These storms bring heavy rain, strong winds, and potential for power outages and property damage. There's also the risk of flooding here in the city. Richmond is situated along the James River, which has historically experienced flooding during heavy rainfall or when hurricanes push water inland. Low-lying areas such as Saco Bottom are particularly susceptible to flooding, posing risks to residents and businesses. And then, of course, last but not least is the impact on infrastructure, where Richmond's aging stormwater management system may struggle to cope with the increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. The number 5 con of Richmond is going to be limited public school options. Richmond's public education system faces funding disparities, teacher shortages, and aging infrastructure, which can impact the quality of education for students. Some schools in Richmond have lower test scores and graduation rates compared to state and national averages, leading to concerns about academic achievement. Now, families in Richmond do have the option of choosing from public, private, and charter schools. And some of these schools do focus on science, technology, engineering, mathematics, performing arts, and different things like that. So I always encourage you to do your research and try to find out which school program, extracurricular activities, and culture work best for your child. I always recommend niche.com to check out your school ratings anytime you may be exploring options or moving to new areas. Now, for those of you who have stuck around and wanted to find out about that hidden gem in Richmond, I'm going to talk about Maymont Park, which is 100 acres of gardens, rolling hills, wildlife exhibits, picnic areas, places where they have music and art festivals. Maymont Park is an amazing place to take the family, have a picnic, or just go out and walk and enjoy the exhibits. I also highly recommend going to visit the Japanese garden during cherry blossom season. It offers an amazing backdrop for leisurely walks or family photos. All right, and there you have it, folks. An in-depth look at some of the pros and cons of Richmond, Virginia. Just keep in mind that every city has its quirks. Just make sure that you do your own research and find out which city or area is right for you. So whether you want to move to Richmond because of its rich history, culture, or food paradise, or maybe you're a little wary of its traffic congestion, weather extremes, and higher than normal crime rates. Either way, Richmond offers a unique mix of opportunities and challenges for residents. So, with that being said, if you're looking to move to this area, I have 47 years of experience. I know you probably can't tell, bald head and gray beard is probably a little deceiving about my age, but I'm actually 47 years old and I've been living here my whole life. So if you need to know anything and everything about this area, I'm your guy. And just remember, every city has its quirks, so it's all about finding the place that just feels like home. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe below so I can give you more tips and tricks about living life in RVA, and we will see you next time.